At 88, Max Baer Jr. finally feels ready to speak openly about Irene Ryan, the woman who not only shaped his early television career but also became one of the most influential figures in his professional life. For decades, audiences around the world laughed at the unforgettable dynamic between Jethro Bodine and Granny Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies, yet very few understood what truly existed behind the scenes. According to Baer, the relationship was far more layered than the simple comedic pairing viewers saw each week. When he first arrived on the set as a young and relatively inexperienced actor, Baer admits he underestimated Irene Ryan, assuming she was simply playing an exaggerated elderly character. That illusion quickly faded. Ryan was a seasoned vaudeville veteran with decades of experience, sharp instincts, and an uncompromising dedication to her craft. Baer recalls how she observed everything: timing, posture, line delivery, and how she was never shy about offering corrections, even if they stung at the time. While some cast members viewed her as demanding, Baer now understands that her high expectations came from a lifetime of fighting to survive in an industry that rarely valued older women. Irene Ryan, already in her 60s when the show began, worked longer hours than most of the younger actors and often rehearsed alone after filming wrapped. Baer reveals that she quietly mentored him, teaching him how to balance physical comedy with sincerity, and reminding him that even the most foolish character deserved truth. However, their bond was not without tension. Ryan's blunt nature could be intimidating, especially when she felt someone was coasting on easy laughs. Baer admits that at the time, he sometimes mistook her discipline for coldness, only realizing years later that she carried enormous pressure as the emotional backbone of the show. Behind her sharp tongue and confident presence, Ryan was battling exhaustion and worsening health issues, which she concealed to maintain the show's momentum. Baer also opens up about Ryan's private frustration with being typecast as Granny Clampett. While the role brought fame and financial stability, it also limited her opportunities and left her fearful of being forgotten once the series ended. That fear, Baer says, haunted her quietly until her death in 1973. Witnessing her declining health while she continued to deliver flawless performances left a permanent mark on him. For many years, Baer avoided discussing the Beverly Hillbillies altogether, as it reminded him of personal disappointments, stalled ambitions, and the shadow of a character he could never escape. With age, however, came clarity. At 88, Baer now sees Irene Ryan not as a caricature, but as a resilient pioneer who used humor as armor and professionalism as survival. He regrets never fully expressing his gratitude to her and acknowledges that her work ethic and integrity set a standard he carried throughout his life. In finally telling the truth, Baer is not exposing scandal or bitterness. He is offering a heartfelt acknowledgement of a woman whose strength, discipline, and influence extended far beyond the laughter she inspired on screen.